Section 6.4, circles. Alright, this is one that kind of people get a little anxious about, but if you're going to see, this is just exactly like everything else. It's going to be, look at the numbers, know what you're looking at, plug it into a formula, and it just kind of goes easy from there. Okay, we're going to know the terms circle, center, radius, diameter, and then calculate the circumference and area of a circle. Okay, you're going to see it's a lot easier than what it sounds. Okay, so circle is a set of all points on a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. Basically, plop a point down the middle, and if you notice, if you have a circle, whatever's in the center, everything is the same distance. Okay, radius, the distance from the center of a circle to any point on that circle. Okay, we call that the radius. Okay, diameter, here's a good little diagram. The diameter is things that's all the way across, radius halfway across. That's the easiest way to think of it. Diameter, okay, halfway across, or 2 times the radius, but still, there you go. And then circumference, we just use circumference instead of perimeter. It's the exact same thing, but okay, without getting too mathy, perimeters have stopping points. A circumference, circles don't really ever have any stopping points. So, and then here's our formulas. Okay, 2 pi r, okay, and pi times the diameter, and then the area is okay pi r squared. So let's look at this real fast. Okay, here's pi right here. Yes, it's one of those there. It's a very interesting number. In my office, I have a wonderful painting of pi. Okay, that kind of assigns every color a numeric value, but it goes on forever. Okay, so we will estimate it. Okay, and if you're estimating to right around here, okay, you're having a pretty good estimation. Okay, so let's do some examples. Calculate the circumference, and then we're going to calculate the area. Okay, so whenever we start looking at this, we're going to look at the circumference first, and let's remember our formula. Okay, the formula for this is going to be circumference equals 2 pi r. Okay, and remember, we're going to have pi. For us right now, we're just going to have pi equal to 3.14. That's what Hawks is going to do a lot for y'all, so I'll do the same thing here. This is literally, now that you know what pi is, okay, you can just plug it in and then multiply by this and multiply by 2. So when we plug everything in, you get C equals 2 multiplied by 3.14. Well, there's our radius multiplied by 6. Okay, well, let's do the math on this, and we get 6 times 3.14 times 2, and we get 37.68 feet. So that is the distance. Okay, if I started walking around this thing and I kept walking and I got right back to right there, it's 37.68 feet. Okay, so that is how you do circumference. So let's continue on. Now let's think about the area of the circle. Okay, so we've walked around the outside of our deal. So basically, let's say I have a pool here and I want to buy a cover for it, and they ask me, well, what's the area of this? Well, let's go and work out the area. Okay, I'll do it in a different color here. Let's do it in blue, so that way we don't get everything messed up. So area is going to equal pi r squared. Okay, so when we start looking at this, notice there's our r again, and we'll go ahead and use the 3.14. So we have 3.14, and then this area, this square, we're just going to do 6 squared. So when I do 3.14 times 6 squared, well, when I do that, I get 113.04 feet, but don't forget, when you're doing squared, you have to throw in that squared button there. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, don't forget that part. Okay, let's do another one here. Let me kind of scroll down a little bit here, and let's do this one right here. Okay, here they want me to calculate the perimeter of the figure shown, a semicircle, half of a circle, and a, let's see here, and a diameter. The radius is 4 feet long, but notice they've got a little typo here. They got centimeters, so let's go and change this over real fast here. Okay, we'll change this guy right here over to feet, so that way we can make sure that we are matching. Okay, well, let's remember that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Okay, now they're giving me a radius right here. Okay, now remember that this right here is telling us what's the circumference of a circle. Okay, We're not looking for a circle, but we're going to use it. So let's bear with me and watch what I'm going to do. I know I have a radius here. We've got pi here, so let's keep pi equal to 3.14. Okay, and let's go and plug everything in. So I've got c equals 2 times 3.14. Okay, and then my radius is going to be the 4. Well, when we do the math to that, we've got 2 times 3.14 times 4. Okay, we get 25.12. And mind you, this is going to change a little bit depending on how far out. We're just going straight with 3.14 right there. Okay, so when we do the math on this, now remember, this is 25.12 all the way around. Okay, we need to divide this by 2. So when we divide that by 2, we get 12.56. Be careful. That's not your answer yet. I'll show you why. Let me draw this. Okay, we've walked from here. We're coming around and around and around and around and around. But now look, we've got to go back this way. So we've got to think of this right here. We need to think of the diameter, which is why it says this right here. Well, remember, diameter is just this number. Okay, so if I've got 4 here, I'm going to have 4 here. Sorry for the weird brackets. So notice my diameter is 8. Okay, so I need to add 8 to this. Okay, so when we add 8, obviously you know what you're going to get. You're going to get 20.56. Okay, so let's put that in. We got 20.56. This is a perimeter, so we don't need squares, but we do need to remember that we are dealing with feet here. Okay, so when you're walking around this, you're going to walk from here all the way around and then back that way, and you get 20.56. So, and this is how these are going to work. Just kind of use process of elimination, just kind of work with it that way. Not super hard. You just got to kind of think a little bit about what they're asking you. Notice this when they said perimeter. So we had to go all the way here and then turn. So they might try to trick you a little bit, but I know you can do this.